Hello, good morning. Welcome, Year 2. It's Monday the 22nd of June 2020 and it's time for phonics. And this week we're going to be listening out and looking for different spellings of the T sound. Okay, so what sound are we listening out for? We're listening for the... Good, we're listening for the T sound. T, T, T. Okay, so with that in mind, the first thing we're going to be doing is looking for different spellings to build the words with, okay? So the first word, nice and easy, that I'd like you to try and build today is the word cats. Cats. And the sounds you need are here. Cats. Okay, over to you. Pause to give yourself more time if you need to. And now we come back together and we say k, a, t, s, cats, cats. And of course, what sound are we listening out for? T. And that's the letter T here, isn't it? So that's one of our spellings of the T sound, but it's not the only one. There are some others, so we're going to look for those now and note them down. Remember to build the sounds, to write the word each time, and pause the video if you need to give yourself more time to do that, okay? So the next word is 2 syllables, and it's butter. I like butter on my toast. Butter. Okay. Over to you. Okay, let's come back together and let's see. We say ba, b, a, t, 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 ba, t, butter. And in this word, of course, we can see that we've got a double T spelling of the T sound. A, t, butter. 2 letters, 1 sound. There are 2 more that I want to show you today. The first one, the third one, sorry, is in this word. So the word is taste. That tastes good. Taste. So pause the video and have a try. Okay, let's come back together and we can see we've got t, a, s, t. So in this word there are 2 different spellings of the t sound. T on its own, which we already have. There's also another one we can see, t, a, s, t. And this is, at the end of the word, the T-E spelling of the T sound. Okay, so see if that comes up again in some of the other words that we have this week. Okay, final spelling is in this word. Now the word is doubt. I doubt it. I don't think so. I doubt it. So pause and have a try. And let's come back together. We can see that we have d, ow, t. So we have d, ow, t. And in this word, you're right, B and T together are being used to spell the T sound. Okay, so let's recap. So far we have the T on its own, spelling of the T sound that we already knew, the double T spelling of T, which we already knew, and these 2 new spellings of the T sound that you might not have come across before or you might not have remembered. We've got the T-E spelling at the end of the word that we just had, and the B-T spelling of T, again at the end of the word. So let's have a couple more and let's see if we can spot them again, okay, to build the words. So the next word I want you to write is, okay, let's have, yeah, nice and easy. This is the word bit. Bit. And of course we simply say b, I, t, but it, with the T spelling of the t sound, bit. But if we wanted to write the word matter, what's the matter? Can you build that word? These are the sounds for the word matter. Have a try. Yeah, and we say m, a, ma, t, t, ma, t, matter, matter. And we can see that we've got that double T spelling again, haven't we, in matter? 2 letters, 1 sound. One more, let's see if you can spot the t sound spelling to build the word. Okay, so the word is paste. Paste. Like glue. Paste. Okay, pause and give yourself time. Okay, coming back together, we can see we have p, a, s, t, paste, paste, with the te spelling of the t sound. So, 1 t sound in all of those words, but we've got 4 different spellings to work with this week. Okay, T on its own, double T, TE, and BT. So we're going to come back to those as we go throughout the week. The next thing I want you to do is get yourself a 2 sections on your whiteboard, and as soon as you've got that, we can move on. 2 sections, 2 columns, or like so, with headings, and we're going to be reading words to identify different spellings of the sound. Okay? So pause and give yourself more time. The first word is coming up. So I simply want you to read the word that's written here, and then we're going to sort the words according to their spelling of the sound. We spotted and worked with a few different spellings of that sound last week. So let's see what we can remember in our reading. Okay, the first word is 1, 2, 3. The word is autumn. Now we want to head one of these columns with a spelling of the sound. So over to you, pause and try to build that word in. Okay, and coming back together, we can see in autumn that the MN is the spelling at the end of the word. So that's our first spelling of the sound, and we say or, tum, t, a, autumn, autumn. Good. The next word is after 3, the word is 1, 2, 3. The word is thumb. So, is that the same spelling of the sound or a different spelling? Over to you, build the word using the sounds. Okay, let's come back together. We can see in thumb that we have the MB spelling of the sound at the end. Thumb. Thumb. And that's our second section. So we're going to build the word into that section now, and we say thumb. 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 And we can see that we've got 2 different spellings of the same sound. MN at the end of autumn and MB at the end of thumb. 2 spellings, the same sound. Okay? The next word, let's see if we can remember, is a 2-syllable word. And the word is 1, 2, 3. Column. The word is column. So pause and work that into the table there, and then come back together. So you should have noticed that we've got the MN spelling again. So what you should have done is you should have said the sounds to build the syllables into that section. So we have column, k, a, ka, l, a, lum, column. lum, column, with that MN spelling of the sound. Let's have this word. 1, 2, 3. The word is hymn. Okay, pause, over to you. And coming back together, we have I, I, with the MN spelling of Very good. Let's have this one. 1, 2, 3. Bomb. The word is bomb. Over to you. Okay, coming back together, we have the MB spelling again. So well spotted. B, O, B, O, Good. And one more. The word is 1, 2, 3. Crumb. The word is crumb. In fact, 1, 2, 3. Crumbs. The word is crumbs. So where does that need to be? Over to you. Okay, coming back together, you can see we've got the MB spelling again at the end, so we say k, a, z, crumbs, crumbs. Good. Okay, we're going to move on to our sentence work to finish with today. So what I want you to do is every time you put your finger on a sound, I want you to say the sound, okay? If you're rubbing your board out, or if you're just reading on the piece of paper that you've written on, like this. Or, t, a, autumn. Okay, over to you. Okay, good. So just to finish up, before we go, a sentence together, and we'll write it using our spellings. We're looking today for different spellings of the f sound, which we were working on a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? So the sentence is, before we go any further, let's have a frothy coffee. Before we go any further, let's have a frothy coffee. Our turn together. Before we go any further, let's have a frothy coffee. Your turn. Okay, so the first part of that, before we go any further. Before we go any further. 5 words. Pause and have a try with those, okay? And then come back together. Okay, so coming back together, let's see how you did. Before we go any further. Pause if you need more time, and then come back together when you're ready. Before. B, E, B, F, or. For, before, before, with the F spelling of the F sound. Before we go, g, o. Before we go any. Remember, it's the A spelling of the E sound in the word any. Before we go any further, further, still only one spelling of the f sound. This is a v spelling, isn't it? Before we go any further, next part of the sentence. First, let's have a frothy coffee. First, let's have a frothy coffee. 6 words. Over to you. Pause and have a try. First. First. Still only one spelling of the f sound. Let's. Let's have a. Let's have a frothy, 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 coffee, fee, good. And that time, of course, we have the double F spelling of the f sound in coffee. So let's just double check. We've got the F spelling of the f sound in before, further, first, frothy, and the double F spelling of f in coffee. And I've got my capital letter and my stop mark, and so we're done. So that's you cooked for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here at the same time tomorrow. Okay, bye.